Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Frozen Fortunes and a brand new season 2. If you are enjoying the series so far and you're looking forward to the new season, do be sure to drop a like on the video. That would be much appreciated. Now, before we get into transfers and stuff, a little bit of team admin to go through. First of that is that Rasmus Borup and Finn Pedersen were both voted in the team of the year. Interestingly, Søren Bøje was left out of that. Despite being our highest rated player, he was probably not the best striker in the league. There were some strikers from teams like Schellerup that were getting like 20 plus goals. So I can understand why he wasn't included. He was, however, voted our player of the year by our own fans, and Søren Dirmosa was voted as the young player of the year. No big surprises there. And he really does seem to have improved over the summer. I think he's now a 3.5 star player in this team. Now, bank balance looking much more healthy. We got more sponsorships coming. We got a one-off sponsorship of 25 grand, I think, for kits, which is really cool. We were hit with a tax bill of 14 grand, but we are going to get another 30k from TV money, which I don't remember getting last season. So that'd be quite a nice bonus for us. As you can see, the scouting budget's basically gone already. They found diddly shit once again. Actually, no, they did find one guy, and we've brought a player in on loan. I can't believe it's happened, but it is. It's happening. We also got ourselves a lovely affiliate club. I did ask the board for a senior one, but they weren't interested in doing that for some reason. I don't know why. That could really benefit us to get players on loan, particularly as I've proven that we can now do that. But instead, we've got ourselves a lower league affiliate, which will at least allow us to send some players out on loan to get them some first team football. Because let's face it, our under-19s is flooded with players, and it'd be nice to get some of them some first team football, even at a lower division side like Ringsted. Now, there were 3 choices, and I literally went because they were all basically even. I went with the one that was easiest to pronounce, so that's why we have Ringsted. So the group we were drawn into is Aarhus, Jammerbugt, Schellerup, all teams we were with last time, I believe. Kolding again, Spiderman.jpg. We also have Middelfart, and that's funny because fart, and Thisted, who came down from the second tier, along with, where are they? Nykøbing. They were also brought down from the second tier in Denmark, and I swear they were a decent side. I think they've got quite a cool logo, don't they? Yeah, they've got a bear on it. That's always good, isn't it? The board were also very generous. I requested that we could have some more coaching stuff. They said yes, so we brought in a new coach, which was nice. They also allowed me to have a new scout, which is useless at the moment, but it could come in handy down the line. And they also let me have a data analyst, and that is the most important one so far because, okay, at this level and with the tactics we're playing, it might not be that relevant, but it's nice to have that option to at least be able to analyze the data of the teams. It just gives us that tiny little bit more in-depth view that I really do enjoy looking at, even if I don't fully understand most of it. I think it's about time we looked at other players now. Some of the players we've brought in. This is Luke Campbell. He's 16 years old. He's from Northern Ireland, and he's 6'5". He's an actual giraffe, and that is perfect for me. He also has 13 jumping reach. Okay, only 7 headers, but it doesn't matter when you're already hanging in the jungle canopy at that point. You can head the ball easily from there. Great determination. He's fairly determined, so that's quite nice. Okay, a lot of room to improve, but I think he can actually improve, or my coaches certainly seem to reckon he will, so that's a bonus for us. We also signed a player called Tim McVeigh, but the less said about that, probably the better. Next up, and probably one of the most exciting players I got in from Ireland anyway, is Adam O'Toole, mainly because he's already a 1.5 star player in this team, which is nice. He's already fairly comfortable. Okay, not fairly comfortable, but he at least has green on it in the wing-back role. That we're like, okay, crossing and dribbling, not so great, but his marking and passing is okay, tackling. He's got the driven personality trait, which is something I've not seen much of, and I believe that's a relatively good one to have. Good determination as well, very, very high. So hopefully he can develop into something decent for us. I think he's probably one of the most exciting players we've brought in from Ireland so far in this save. Another big deal out of Northern Ireland is David Morris. He's a goalkeeper. He's a young goalkeeper. Okay. Handling very, very good. Passing 5, and we're going to be using the passing aspect of this a fair bit, I would imagine, what with the sweeper keepers that we're trying out. I think he's a relatively decent one. He's got great teamwork as well, which is nice to see. But I think we've got an Icelander that's even better than him. And that is Alfred Gudjonsson. Now, I know in Iceland, the D sound there isn't actually a D. It's more of a th sound. But it's really hard to say when you're trying to talk at normal speed. So I'm going to do my best with those ones. He's probably the best goalkeeper I think that we've brought in so far. Okay, his passing's a little bit low, but he does have a lot more blue stats than the others that we've had. He's a little bit unambitious, but that's not always bad, I suppose. I think it could be another one decent for the future. We've got quite a few great goalkeepers on the books that are very, very young. Hopefully some of them will start coming through now, as I will try to phase out Morten Bisgaard and give some of these guys a bit of a chance. We also have Sigurður Sigurðsson, and he's got a slack personality, which I don't recall ever seeing that one before. But again, he's more of an attacking midfielder. We can move him back. He's got solid passing, his technique, first touch, reasonable, and lots of room to improve. But you might notice that, you know, he's still not first team level, but he could certainly get there. But there's a couple that we have signed that I genuinely believe are going to be playing first team games for us from the very beginning. Certainly with the way this new tactic is shaping up. Rune Kortsen has now left the club. I got sick of getting those news articles saying Kortsen set to leave after second row with Fabio. It's like, we haven't had the first row, or even the one before that. It doesn't make any sense. That thing seems to still be broken, where you have no interaction with a player whatsoever, and then they just get these news articles saying that we've had a row. I assume it's probably because of something leaked to the press. I don't know. But I have no time for that, and he was disrupting the squad, so we wanted him out of here. And it doesn't matter, because a guy we've brought in from Iceland is probably just as good and has room to grow, just like he does. So, away at Yamabukt, it's a pretty tough start to the season. They were probably one of the strongest teams we played last year, and they made us look like nothing when we lost 2-0 to them. But I think we're stronger and better than that, and more tactically adept this time around. So I'd like to think, I think a win would be a bit of a push here, but if we're going to seriously get into the promotion stages and go into it with decent points if we do get through, then we're going to have to start trying to win some of these away games against teams like Yamabukt. We put 7 past them at home. It's doable. So, the shovel tactic. Couple of changes I've made to it. You notice there's a couple of different players you might notice. We'll talk about those in a sec. Main changes that we've made. Firstly, the wingbacks are now on attacking. I noticed from watching old footage from the other episodes that a lot of the time these players here and the strikers would often look to this area to find someone. The issue was that they were sort of languishing around here because they obviously were on support. And I kind of want them to get a bit further forward and provide an overlap. Now that could get us caught on the break, I admit. And we might turn that around and change that a bit if that starts to go a bit tits up for us. But for now, I want to try that out. The only other changes I've made are 2 sort of team instruction-based changes. The first of which is to close down a little bit less, or onto sometimes instead of more. Because I feel like a lot of the time in the away games, we were getting pulled around too much by the opposition teams, and it was creating too much space for their players to get into. So I think if we just try to keep ourselves a little bit more solid at the back and give our centre-backs a little bit less to do. You know, give them a chance to just make some tackles, block some shots, get some headers away, rather than going out and trying to harry people, and just hold our line a little bit better. Let our defensive midfielder do a bit more of that, rather than the centre-backs. The other tactic I want to try is pass into space, because we kind of do that anyway, but I feel like a lot of the time we're passing into space but still somewhat to feet, and I think that means that players that are breaking into space are sometimes ignored. The wide players certainly find the ball, but I think our middle striker is often very much neglected in these types of plays, and I hope that we're passing to space, because sometimes I see Nygaard making these runs through the middle and it's almost always played to one of the 2 wide strikers, and I guess it's because they're generally in more space than him, but I want to see if we can get some of these balls through the middle, maybe even on the ground, to Nygaard, and it might give Diamosa a chance to spread his wings and fly a little bit more. So those are the changes to the tactic. I want to quickly talk about the 2 players that we've got here as well that you might not recognise. The first of which is Haldor Bjarki Einsteinsson. Einstein. We're just going to call him Einstein from now on. He's a centre midfielder and he can actually play there, which means he is perfect for this away tactic. First touch is solid, marking is good, tackling a little on the low side, and the passing is as well. But I think there's a lot of room to improve for him, and I'm happy to throw him straight into the team, even though he's very, very young. Good teamwork too, which I don't know what that actually relates to on the pitch, but it means hopefully he's just going to drop the ball off to Soran Diamosa and let him do his thing, and that's kind of what I want from a central midfielder. He can also play short, simple passes, which I think he's going to give even more credence to that. Just drop it off to Diamosa and see what happens. And the last of these players is Stefan Jon Gunnarsson, another Gunnarsson. So we've got Andre Gunnarsson and Stefan Jon Gunnarsson in the team now. He's a wing-back, kind of. That's where we're going to be playing him anyway. Although, he'll probably play more in the away games as a sort of withdrawn wing-back. But he does have all right crossing and dribbling, so he's not that bad. Reasonable enough physicals, a decent number of greens and blues, and nothing below that. I think he's solid, and I think he's fairly professional, which is at least better than what Rudy Kortson was, I'm sure of it, because he was just a knobhead, really. He's like the Tony Harris of this save so far. So I said I brought in a player on loan, and here he is. This is Alan Zizinga. He's on loan from Aalborg, and yeah, I don't know how we managed to sign him. He's the only player that my scouts have brought to me through the entirety of this save so far, so I was determined to see if I could try and bring him in, and he actually came. The only thing I can think of is that our reputation has changed over the summer and allowed us to bring in slightly better players than we were before, because I think some of the Icelanders that we brought in too seem to be a cut above what we were getting last season. I think I may have set the rep a little too low when I made the database, but that's fine. So, the team for today's game is going to be Stephenson, Nygaard, Fransson. We've got Bigler potentially to come off the bench as well. I was given the idea potentially of playing the wider strikers on their wrong foot so they can cut inside a bit more. Might have to try that out as well. In the midfield, Einstein, Diamosa, and Benson. Borup, Gregerson, Pedersen, Gunnarsson. That's so nice to say. And B-squad in goal on the bench, Ludvigsson, Ibsen, of course, Zizinga, Boje, Kramer, and another Icelander that we brought in is Bragi... okay, let's try this one, shall we? Bragi Bergman Erfjord? Erfjord. That's the closest I'm going to get to that, I imagine. And I still imagine that I am miles away from it. But what can you do? Yeah, he's more of a shadow striker, but we'll obviously be bringing him on as a sort of striker if we can do. But the thing I like about him is that he's got reasonable striker stats. but he's got a few extra stuff dotted around. Like, he's got some long shots on him. He's got some passing and a good technique. Things that other strikers on this team aren't quite maybe as unique in doing so. That didn't even make any sense. See, I found that assertive and telling them there's no pressure on them seems to work quite well. I used it on another save I've been doing, and it seems to be the one that gets the most effect out of players. Or at least in my experience of it. I don't know what you guys have experienced with that. So, question of the day. We're bringing it back. What is the team that you support? Now, most of you will know that I'm a Fulham fan, because, well, there's no obvious clues on that. Hello, ball in. Ooh, nearly had a goal already. But yeah, so who do you support? Let me know in the comments. And of course, if you have any ideas for a question of the day, drop those in the comments too with the hashtag QOTD. Might get a little thing that comes up in the bottom corner that tells us the question, but I'll have to actually make that. Borup. All the way back to B scored. Look at how far up the fullbacks are pushed. Ooh, Einstein, here we go. Nygård, can he flip it through for someone? No, not quite. Although, Diermosa. He's got those wingbacks up there for support. Benson, Franson, not quite. He's going to have to get back into position quite soon, but they're doing a reasonable job of that. Larson, somebody, there we go, Diermosa. Brilliant work from the centre midfielder. And almost immediately, our wingback has overlapped him. What a ball to the back post. Stephenson's in. He's gone round the gut. I honestly cannot believe he's missed that. I would have put my house on him scoring that. He'd literally gone around the goalkeeper and he still missed it. We need better players. we really do need better players. Hang on, what? Okay, Raya's tripped Diermosa and we have a penalty. I assume Dan Benson will take it unless someone else is better at penalties. Or is it Franson? No, Alan Franson. Come on, Alan. Put us in the lead, boy. And it is 1-0 to B67 away at Jammerbucht. We are winning an away game. This is not a drill. We've had, okay, there's only 3 minutes in, but we've been brilliant. We've created a good opportunity, and now we have the lead in this game. Alan Franson with the goal. I really think he's worked really hard over the summer, and his rating seems to have gone up dramatically in that period. Nygård? Ooh. I think he's going to start to become one of the best strikers in this team. If I had to put a bet on who I think is going to be top scorer for us this season. Oh, come on. Corner kick, seriously. Oh, wow. It's an own goal from Beastgård. That's even worse. Did he carry that over the line? It's flicked on by Allman. I mean, I don't really see that as an own goal. It's just a goal, isn't it? But if I had to put a bet on who would be our top scorer this year, I think it's going to be Alan Franson. If he can stay fit, that's really unfortunate. We're at 1-1 and they've not had a shot yet. Oh, come on. Don't give him another one. Rasmussen, cleared away. I love the way there's two players there and they just run right past him. I get that you're strikers, but at least try to make it look like you're playing. Franson's ball in. Gunnarsson at the back post. Down for Diermosa. Oh my God, and another good chance goes begging. I'm getting flashbacks of the last game of last season where we absolutely battered B93 and still lost the game. But it is at least a draw so far. And we've actually looked pretty good. We've created some opportunities. Diermosa, Benson. Can Stephenson turn? Oh, it's in. It's in, and a goal on his debut for Einstein. That was a smart finish, I've got to say. That is brilliant. Nicky Stephenson with the assist. Maybe Nicky Stephenson's just better at assisting goals than he is at scoring them. Because we really should be 3-1 up here. Great work from Diermosa. Benson, lovely little one-touch stuff inside the box, and a lovely finish into the bottom corner from our centre midfielder. In an unusual position, but we'll take it. Genuinely been pretty freaking excellent in this game so far. Apart from Beastgård's mistake for their goal, we really could be 2-0 up, or even 3, if you think about it, with the, oh dear. That's not good from Einstein there. Rasmussen out wide. He looks dangerous. Although his match fitness looks a little bit low. Oh, get out to him. Hey, you're more than happy to do that. I'd like to encourage them to take as many long shots as they please. Because long shots at this level just really don't go in. We've got to be better at defending set pieces, though. My goodness. Right, here we go. Hang on, what? Defending set pieces is really going to be an area of this team that we need to work on. Franson? Oh, he's hit the post. Alan Franson is playing a blinder today, and he really should have had his second of the night. Beastgård out for Borup. Maybe just look for a long pass. Stephenson's... not quite. He's gone for Nygård. I've noticed they're going more towards the middle with some of these long passes now, and I think that might be partly down to the pass into space instruction. Oh, good lord. Don't let him shoot. Oh, my goodness. Hansen there with the goal, and... Arg is all I'm really going to say. They have not been good enough to be at 2-2 with us in this game, but we've not been good enough to defend. 2 players come out to get him. There's nobody in the box at all. We've got everyone back, and he still managed to find a player, and it's a great goal from Hansen, it has to be said. But I think we're really unfortunate to be at a draw in this game at the moment. Yeah, we will close down Hansen a bit more, since He's just scored a goal. Gunnarsson busting it to get back here. Just drops it off of Pedersen. Looks long. Fransson's in. Can he shoot? Oh, he's been saved. It's an excellent opportunity from Fransson. Admittedly, he maybe should have gone far post there, but we really should be winning this match. I'm amazed we're not already. It's 2-2 here. We're looking a lot better than last season. That's what I would say. Right, it's half-time. I'm going to be assertive again. Keep doing what you're doing and we'll be fine. I genuinely believe that. I think if we keep playing the way we're playing, we should win this game. I'm a little bit worried about Mikkel Nygaard's performance. He's not really collected much. He is winning a few in the air, it would seem, but we'll play this by ear in the second half and see where this goes. I genuinely believe that we've been good enough to get the win in this game, and if we keep playing like this in the second half, I think we will win this game. I'm going to put a prediction now. I'm going to say 4-2. Actually, no, 4-3. I think we can see one late. Gunnarsson to Benson. He's not really got any room to look for a pass. Pedersen, right, he can look for a long ball, maybe. That is absolutely appalling. Ormond's in now. Oh, good lord. Thank God for that from B-Score. That's their first real chance of the game. Right, changes are afoot now. I think Nygaard's had his chance. We're going to go with Big Bigler in the middle. Gregorsson's not looking great, you know, and I'd be tempted to maybe get him off because the rest of the backline are playing all right, and he's looking nervous. I'm going to give Ibsen a chance. It's a risk, I'm aware of that, but we're going to give him a chance. I think the next substitution will probably be probably another striker one. I think Dimos has played all right, and as has Einstein, so we'll be okay there. We'll leave Zinger on the bench for today, I think, unless we get an injury or something. Larson, please don't concede another goal from a corner. Right, okay. Every time they get a corner, I get worried, essentially. That's just how it is. Not many highlights have been for us lately. Hello, Fransson, here we go, breakaway. They've still got a lot of players back, though. He's going to do... Oh, nah. Oh, hang on. Fransson can make a run here, maybe. Oh, dear, Rasmus. That is not good work from you at all. We've gone off the boil a bit in this second period. Right, changes to make. Do we go with Fransson or do we go with Stephenson? We're going to bring on Boyer, so I'm probably going to go with Fransson, because Boyer generally plays on the right-hand side when he does play, and that's where he generally looks his best. So we're going to give him 15 minutes. He's not fully match fit, I don't think, but you never know what you can come up with. Just, I really don't want us to lose this. They've started to get a lot better in this second period. Oh, God. Then again, every time I see the ball in this situation, it's either going to be them getting an opportunity or us potentially getting a counter, because a lot of our attacks start in our own half. Well, it does look as though it's going to be a 2-2 draw, which I think is probably fair. They've actually got a lot better as this game has grown into it. And, okay, the way they got that first goal, stuff happens. It's a 2-2 draw. It's better than we got against them last year. Remember, it was a 2-0 defeat where we looked dreadful. And I see this as a step in the right direction. It's a point away from home against one of our promotion rivals, if you like. So I see that as a good result, frankly. And it could have been even better on the day. Stephenson missing that great chance early on. We could have been 3-0 up in this game before anything had even happened. Or, no, sorry, 3-1. But that still could have put this game to bed. It is frustrating to only get a 2-2 draw there, but I'm still seeing benefits to this. I think that this was probably even more unlucky than the B93 game in that they didn't create many good chances in this game at all, and we missed some sitters, my God. Nicky Stephenson, take a look at yourself, son. Anyway, in the next episode, I think we'll do... Hang on, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then that will put 6 between there. We might have to do the whole 2 games against the same team thing again. It's annoying the way the fixtures lie, but that's just how it is. So, next episode, a home game against Aarhus, who I think will be another one of the rivals for that promotion spot. I assume Tisted will be as well. So... that's something to look forward to. We've got a bit of a... well, we've got 2 away games to start with, but admittedly that is in the Cup. And they're a lower division side. If we could get a big team in the Cup, maybe, and the big teams are in the next round, as far as I'm aware, that would be brilliant, because I believe you get like 12k in TV money if the game is picked for television. So that could be priceless to us later down the line. So, anyway... if you have enjoyed the video, do be sure to smash a like on it. That would be fantastic. And if you are new to the channel, hit the big old subscribe button for more videos like this in your inbox Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And I will see you guys in the next episode for a home game against Aarhus. Hopefully we can go on a bit of a good run. We've got some away games in there and some home games. Let's try and win as many of them as we can, conceivably. See you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.